By the way, I have an announcement when we're moving on to new business.
James Norton.
It's time.
Speak.
I booked Letterman for November 1st, so any fans in the area that want to come to the show, try to get tickets for November 1st.
November 1st.
I believe it's a Wednesday night, my first Letterman appearance.
November 1st.
Yeah. I want to know what celebrity friend I'm going to make that night.
Who's going to be on?
With.
I don't know. Let's find out. Jim Norton, Letterman, November 1st.
I don't know.
That's
They
awesome.
haven't told me yet.
I'll tell you one person
psyched.
it better not be.
Who?
That, what's her name there? Johansson. Scarlett Johansson.
I don't care about her either because I've already met her. I want somebody...
Shut up. You don't care about how you already met her.
What would I have to talk to her about?
Shut up.
You remember me? I bothered you for a picture? Ooh, the swell of your bosoms is lovely.
The second time you see her, you could have maybe brought up, hey, I saw your pictures in Allure magazine. Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Just beautiful
I'm sure
pictures.
I would say it like with that loving tilt in my voice.
And she would be, oh, thank you.
Are you ready for Letterman tonight?
Cheek to cheek.
Tonight.
Oh, it is tonight. yeah, see?
That was good.
Thank you.
Yeah, last night after the abominable hard rock broadcast.
Oh my God!
We all
see, don't confuse the people. We haven't done the Halloween party yet. We're doing it in the morning here.
See, we're doing it. It's happening right now.
Oh, right. Right. No,
As a matter of fact, if you're listening and you're in the New York area, show up. You'll get in right now. We're partying hard at the Hard Rock Cafe.
And the password when the bouncer tries to say there's no party is to say something really racist and push past them.
But tonight, Letterman, that's really exciting for Jim Norton.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's hope it's good.
I think it'll go well. You're a funny man. And I have all the faith in the world.
I had to email my song. They wanted to know what song I want to walk out to.
Oh, what song you picked?
I don't know. I just said anything Sabbath, preferably Iron Man. I don't want to see Paul Schaefer doing Iron Man. What a dweeb I'm going to feel like.
Yeah, because the band does it.
Yeah.
That might be a little weird.
Yeah.
Isn't Iron Man a little kind of too popular? You should pick something a little more.
No, but you want people to know what it is, because after 5 seconds, nobody will recognize any of it, especially with a big band.
Yeah.
Playing
Big band sound.
Like Dancing Queen? Everyone knows that.
Oh, that's kind of nice, but who could concentrate on the jokes, all that music?
Hey, I went to Letterman with Jim yesterday.
Yeah, Jimmy was on Letterman.
We haven't even been able to talk about Jim Norton being on David Letterman last night. Absolutely killed.
I was happy.
He killed.
Thank you for coming. It was nice to have some friends there.
Little friends, are you in the little dressing room?
Open, Lindsay.
It was kind of nice to go to Letterman and not have the pressure of going out there. It was a lot more fun.
Huh?
Just sitting around like with my feet up going,
No pressure.
It was no pressure whatsoever, and Jimmy looked great. His set was great. One observation, unfortunately, I gotta say it on the show. I didn't realize how sick Jimmy really is with his celebrity photos.
How could you not? It's just he's always been this bad.
No, he took it to a new level.
New level?
New effing level last night.
Oh, boy.
Just when I thought I've seen it all with Jim Norton. I've been backstage at Metallica where we had to sit around almost 2 hours after the show waiting for the perfect time to go up to the guys to get the photo.
What'd you do?
I've told that story many, many times. Dude, you know, upstairs in the dressing rooms and stuff.
Of course, I know.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice that we could all relate to the Letterman green rooms and the upstairs portion and stuff.
Sure.
So there's
place
Jimmy.
Like the back of my hand.
There's Jimmy. He's in his room. His suit is hanging up. He's, waiting for makeup, and we're all there excited for little Jimmy Norton. All he cares about is getting a freaking picture with Gary Sinise.
Gary Sinise, pretty cool.
Yeah.
Who was also on the show. Yeah, it's pretty cool that Gary Sinise was on, and it's pretty cool to try to get a picture with Gary Sinise. But he's about ready to go on Letterman himself. He doesn't even care about his... I mean, in my mind, how I saw it, he doesn't even care that he's going on Letterman. All he cares about is getting his picture with Gary Sinise.
It's a photo op.
He's got people going all the way downstairs to 5 or 6 floors to search out where Gary is because he's not on the same level as Jim Norton. And, check makeup. Is he down there? Just, call me, and I'll go down immediately, and we'll get the picture done before he goes. Because I know when he goes on Letterman, as soon as he's done, he's leaving. So we got to get it before.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm like, oh, my God. This would be all right if we're just kind of hanging out at an event, but it's Jim Norton. He's getting ready to go on Letterman, and this is all he cares about is getting a picture with Gary Sinise.
Yeah, man, I was like, because the dressing rooms, people don't know, it's a little different than Leno. When you go to the Tonight Show, you walk, it's all on one level. Mm-hmm. You go to, there's dressing room 1, dressing room 2, and the stage is there. And then the entrance to the stage is between them, really. Upstairs is where the bands go. They have a bigger dressing room area upstairs, like one little flight of steps right above you for bands, because they know the bands have like 12, 15 people in them.
Yeah.
but it's all very close together. You're literally a 3-second walk from the stage entrance. So it's a different setup, whereas at Letterman, you take an elevator up to the 6th floor, because in New York, everything goes up for real estate. You can't have it all spread out.
Yep.
And all willy-nilly.
Brawling.
So upstairs are the dressing rooms. There's dressing rooms 1 and 2, I think, right? Or 3. There's 3 dressing rooms, and Sinise was in 1, I was in the middle one, and then Joanne Carson was in the last one.
Oh, he was up there for a little while?
No, but there was a dressing room that was his.
Oh, yeah, but he never was up there, because that would have made it so much easier for everybody involved.
So I finally got Joanne Carson. She was very nice, and then I got.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Johnny Carson's old wife was there. And,
right, yeah.
And she was right next door to Jim Norton, and Jimmy got that picture taken care of. He got that one out of the way. See, he was going for the trifecta. He wanted Joanne Carson, he wanted Gary Sinise, and he wanted David Letterman.
All right, good luck.
Well, I'll say that Sinise I finally got after his segment.
You did? How'd you get that?
Well, I knew his segment. Jonathan, my manager, was down there talking to him for like 10 minutes in the dressing room. He was like, I was texting Pete for you to come down. So I came down after his segment, and right outside the green room, I actually talked to him for a few minutes, took a couple pictures.
What'd you say to him?
I talked to him about what a brilliant actor I thought he was. And he was very nice, man. He was very, very conversational, and I asked him how it was to play McMurphy in Cuckoo's Nest on Broadway. And then I was talking
about that show.
Was it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it was
really good.
Intense, and I asked him about my hands, of course. The same nonsense you hear on the air. That's what I did. And he was very funny. He's like, I don't know what to do with my hands either. He's like, don't put them in your pockets. He's like, I can't put them in my pockets. Sometimes I find a wall to lean on. That's what Gary Sinise has to talk about after he does Letterman. He has to explain to some middle from Jersey what to do with his hands in the middle of the scene.
I just love that every actor now has to let us in on that little secret and give you advice on what to do with your hands.
Right.
And so I do the set, and I come off.
Wait, but you got the picture with Gary Sinise?
Oh, yeah, I got a couple with him.
Did he explain that?
Yeah, I said he took a couple pictures.
I want to see that.
But this was literally minutes before he's going on. I'm like, this is unbelievable. Like, he's not just trying to get his thoughts together. It was like he couldn't do anything until he got that photo. And thank God he got it before he went on, because I think he was able to just now clear his mind and have the set that he did, which was awesome.
Maybe that's a credit to Jimmy, because he's done these shows before, and he could just go out and do things like that. Meanwhile, me and you are in the dressing room looking at the monitor going, obsessing about when we're going on.
Sorry, Ann, you're giving him way too much credit.
No, okay.
No, it's a sickness. It's a sickness.
Part of it is...
he's willing to just destroy his whole set on Letterman to get pictures. It's a sickness. You're letting him off the hook here.
Well, to be honest, there is a part of
Yes, he is a professional, but...
It's almost pushing away the magnitude of the event. It's like you are, in a way, going on television in front of however many millions of people, and you don't want to look at it in those terms. And so there are times where I'm grateful for that stupid part of me
to obsess on something, because
it's really what I was thinking of, and I knew my set was down. I had my set, so I don't want to panic about that. So I started focusing on the other stuff a little bit heavier.
Yeah.
And Letterman was the picture I really wanted, of course. But
oh wow, and that was the greatest thing ever. Jim gets off. Like, he does his set, the show ends, Jimmy was at the end of the show, and he gets off stage, goes right into that green room, right to the right there.
Yeah.
And we're all, like, just so happy for Jim. Like, Jim, you killed, you looked great. We're saying it was the best he's ever looked on TV. Everything was, we really thought was perfect, okay? And not even a smile on Jim's face. He's like, we got to get a picture with Letterman. I mean, he just got off stage. Dude, seconds. Got to get a picture with Letterman. And so he starts asking the staff, and they're all like,
What Dave does, Leno's different. Leno comes in the dressing room before the show. He talks to you and hangs with you. Letterman doesn't do any of that. He's just a different guy, man. He's just, and everyone knows that. He's just I guess,
Mysterio.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be bothered. And right after the show, his ritual is he comes off the stage, goes right up the steps, and right back to the offices. It's just what he does. They actually clear the hallway.
And I don't know. I got the. I was assuming that people aren't allowed to look at him. I was under the assumption that there's
really.
Yeah, there's a ritual, and part of it is to just let him walk immediately from the stage back to the office.
He probably has some kind of ritual that he's done every night for this many years.
And Jimmy was pushing it. Jimmy was pushing it.
I didn't care, though. So, you know what? I'm not afraid of him. And not to be a
I know.
jerk,
Jimmy was pushing one of the girls, and she's like, I couldn't even ask him. I can't even ask him.
Then you know what?
And it's obvious she's been working for the show for a while.
And she wants to continue.
Yeah.
Well, when he's... Yeah, but you know what? For her guest to say, I would like a photo with the host... I don't know. I just don't find that to be too crazy. I don't find a guest saying, "Hi, I was just on your show. I would like a photo with you because I enjoy getting photos, and I was just on your show. I would like a photo." I don't think that's crazy. It's not like, "Hey, look, my uncle helped you move back in '88. Can I have a photo?" I think once you perform on somebody's show, to say, "Can I have a photo with you?" 3 minutes later is appropriate.
I completely agree with you.
And when he walked off,
well, can I just add really fast? So then we're doing the right thing because we're there for Jimmy, so we're mingling. Right at the bottom of the stairs there.
Yeah.
We're just mingling like, all right, well, she's not going to ask, but maybe he'll just, he'll walk right by us and there'll be an opportunity. Hey, Mr. Letterman, could we get a quick picture, right? And I think she caught on to us. She's like, you guys, could you kind of clear the hall?
Oh.
Jimmy was just on the show and on TV, they're like buddy at the end, like, Jimmy, great set. And if you saw the appearance, the show pretty much ends with Dave and Jimmy on stage together. Looking like pals, right?
Sure.
It is a completely different thing as soon as that show's over, because now she's like kind of pushing us, like, could you guys clear the hallway? He's about ready to come walking through here.
There's the protocol.
And I don't want to lose my job, so we push back to the elevator, but Jimmy's kind of pretty much still, at the bottom of the stairs. Yeah, because he's not going to give up that easily.
Where's the camera at this point? Where's the camera?
Out my agent
ready to go.
He had it ready to go. Ready to go.
So Letterman walks out. He has no suit jacket on. He took it off, and I nodded at him. He said, "Hey, Jim, thanks for coming. Great job."
He said, "Great set." Yeah, he complimented.
Yeah, he was. And we shook hands. But he said it as he was walking up the steps, and I knew I could have asked him for a photo.
That probably would have been the optimum time right there.
And I know he would have stopped. He wouldn't have said no. No,
yeah. But it would have been awkward for everybody involved.
It would have been awkward for the other people there and for the staffer. So I didn't, because I knew I was like, I had someone to screen cap, but I was depressed and annoyed at myself. Had Pete and I been the only ones there, I absolutely would have asked him.
Yeah.
But it was just, I knew he had, you could tell by the way he was walking, he wasn't trying to be a dick, he wasn't being rude. He goes off and he walks up the steps. That's what he does.
Right.
This wasn't about rudeness. This was about maybe he just does, I don't know what his thing is, but he's obviously a success, so it works. So he shook my hand and said, "Thanks, great job," as he was walking up the steps. So who knows? Maybe people bug him after the show and ask for a second, and who knows what people do after all these years. So I didn't ask him. I'm like, if they ever have me back, I certainly will. But I sent out a MySpace thing, so I'm going to be on Letterman tonight, but I didn't get a picture, so could somebody screen cap me, because it's HD now TV, so I was like, so you can screen cap me and him at the end in a good one and send it to me like a large photo so I can
get the HD 8x10. Get the HD version, because it was amazing how good you looked on the HD, Jimmy.
So I'll get it. I mean, I'm not panic stricken because I know I'll get like probably a really cool one of me and him on stage together shaking hand, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it was just really weird, the set there compared to the Tonight Show. They're just different. And Letterman's writers were really cool. The two guys, they're like, I guess, pretty legendary in the business. Stangl brothers, Eric and Justin, and they came up afterwards. They were really cool.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah. They were like, wanted to get on the show for over a year. They were very nice dudes. So I'm very glad I did it.
I also get the impression that the staff doesn't really know where he goes right after the show's over. Like, he's going back to the offices, but they couldn't follow him if they wanted to. They don't really know how he gets there.
He just kind of disappears into a hidden wall.
One of the people backstage was like, "Oh, he's already gone into the catacombs."
Yeah.
They call it the catacombs. Like, it's just like this like...
I just picture Dave with a torch.
Yeah.
Like he pulls a book on a wall, and the wall spins, and he goes in with a torch.
It's like a maze of hallways and stuff that get to this, like, just, I don't know, I guess the office space, whatever. Cause he's legendary for the hours he puts in. He doesn't leave there till really late at night. I thought he just did the show and was out of there immediately, but no.
He's involved with probably the whole editing process and everything else, and he doesn't leave until what? The show's starting?
I just don't understand how everybody is so afraid of, like, it's almost like I would never be hesitant to say to you, and I guess because you guys are different, but I never understood people who, like, won't walk up to someone and say, so-and-so who's on your show wants to take a photo. It's just bizarre to me.
Ask E-Rock.
Anybody would be.
How he would feel.
Right.
E-Rock? Oh, he would ask.
He would ask Opie that somebody wants to take a picture if he knew that Opie's ritual was to not take pictures.
If the guy was not only would he ask that, but then he'd ask, could he sign the picture for the charity auction, which no one knows where that money's going.
The E-Rock Foundation.
Right.
I think he would, because if the guy was a guest on the show, I agree.
All right, we got to take a break. We went real late with the first break. When we get back, we'll give you a little taste of Jim Norton on David Letterman last night. Just a taste. Another break. When we get back, we got to get to the appearance on Letterman, Jimmy.
I don't know. By the way,
see a little Jimmy.
We got some clips of Jimmy on David Letterman last night we're going to get to.
I had to read the whack bag post. Somebody told me he did some of that in the shower joke on Leno.
Oh, good imitation.
Yeah, that's angry speaking guy who types a lot, but he hurt his hand. And I didn't. I did the couch joke with the face bush. Two totally different bits.
Yeah.
So please. And I trip over one of the... I'm so annoyed at myself.
Stop.
Don't be annoyed. You're an angel.
All right, let's go to the phone and say hi to Clark in Sacramento. Clark, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey.
Hello, Clark.
Clark.
Clark. Hey, this is mostly for Jimmy. Great show last night on Letterman.
Thank you.
And question, are you still coming to Sacramento?
Yeah, I pushed that until the end of January, but I will be there. Because I'm doing a Bob Saget show in Vegas, before, the old Sacramento week. But thank you, sir. I will be there.
All right, let's say hi to Justin on Long Island. Justin, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? I'm trying to get in touch with the boy in studio voted Sweetest Smile.
I was voted... The Wilkins boy was supposed to win that year, but then that mysterious fire started in his room, and he didn't win anything. He won Boy Most Likely to Cry at the Sight of a Lemon.
That could sting.
Oh, man. Jim, I just want to tell you, man, we were up in the balcony at the show. You were looking like $1 million. No homo, bro. You looked phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. By the way, thank you to Angela at Joseph Abboud. The same guys that dressed Opie and Anthony dressed me. And because you guys look good, I believe me,
sir.
There was a great look you guys had. And I'm like, I went there and they took very good care of me. She even took me to Bloomingdale's because they didn't have my size. It was a Joseph Abboud show, but they didn't have my size. And she took me there. And they actually, Joseph Abboud bought it for me at Bloomingdale's. Not the guy himself. I don't know if he's alive or he could be 200 and dead. But the clothes were from them, and thank you.
All right, very good.
They looked great.
Oh, shoot, is he still there? Are you still there, bro?
Screw him.
He had something else. Sorry about that. Here's Jim Norton on Letterman last night. Just a little taste.
From New York, the greatest.
Oh, okay. This is always fun to hear, though.
The Late Show with David Letterman. Tonight from CSI New York, Gary Sinise, Joanne Carson, and comedian Jim Norton. Bob Schaefer. And the CBS Orchestra. And now, President of the Rachel Ray Fan Club, David Letterman.
That's pretty cool.
And by the way, the plug, people ask me, why did you mention Opie and Anthony in the plug? Here was my intro, which I was going to say, you can hear him 5 days a week on the Opie and Anthony show, and this November 10th he'll be appearing at the Hammerstein Ballroom. I had to plug that. Only allowed one plug.
Why is
one
that?
plug?
No idea. That was the rule, and they got back to me.
Yeah.
And so they tried to even, but we couldn't. And I had to plug the day because I had to get.
That's why you do the show.
You don't have to
gig.
But it was just annoying that it was like, come on, man, it's a CBS thing too. Oh, and they were just on the show. You guys, come on. You could just say from the Opie and Anthony show, Jim Norton. There was a way to do it where it wouldn't be.
It would only be another second.
Yeah.
A second and a half, maybe.
Well, that's hard. That's a second and a half.
I got to tell you, Gary Sinise was just god-awful.
Was he?
He's this huge actor, as we all know, and he was such a bore.
Really?
Oh, my God. Yeah. Someone has to say it. I don't know what they ended up using, because it looked like even David was like, whoa, I got to make something out of this.
Oh,
I don't know what it was, and then in the middle of his interview, he's like rubbing his ear obsessively, really hard.
I've seen him do that before.
You have seen him do that?
Wow, yeah, because I think I've seen him on Leno, and yeah, he kept rubbing his ear or doing something. It might be some nervous thing.
I'm sure.
Maybe he just doesn't like doing talk shows.
And then Joanne Carson, who was on the show with you, she was a babbling ass. Someone has to say it. Freaking Jimmy saved the show last night. I'm telling you. You know, obviously Letterman, or, we know for a fact, too, you're not going to have a good show every day or every night in Letterman's case.
Just want a good average.
But Gary Sinise didn't give him anything. He looked nervous just to be, on that couch with Letterman. No energy whatsoever, rubbing his ear like crazy.
What was Joanna Carson doing?
Oh, just babbling and babbling.
About Johnny?
Babbling.
Yeah, but she's there plugging some Truman Capote stuff she's raffling off. And Letterman, I watched Letterman. And Sinise was not a great interview. I mean, the bottom line is...
It had nothing to do with Letterman, by the way.
No, not at all.
Because, Letterman was, leading him down the path, holding his hand, but it was weird. Gary Sinise was, looked uncomfortable in his own skin. And he's an amazing actor.
A lot of actors, man. That's why they don't do talk shows. You never see De Niro, Pacino, Nicholson, so many, Keitel. they just they don't want their real personality shown because they like to be who they are. But a lot of these guys are painfully shy. I mean, they're horribly shy, and they're just not good in situations like that. But if you gave Sinise a script,
being themselves, they can't be themselves.
Stage in a script, he could do anything. He could probably walk out naked and do Shakespeare without. Or can I pick a worse example? But you understand what I mean.
I'm picturing that.
Yeah. But a lot of these guys are really shy, so they're not great interviews. But Letterman, I kind of watched his interviewing skills, and he is a good interviewer, man. Like he made the most out of that you could have. He laughed in the right places. He kind of, I guess that's what you have to do to have a talk show. Why am I saying the obvious?
Oh, yeah.
What was good? He sat in front of the desk. He didn't fall over.
He was able to, talk.
I'm an ass.
It's a talk show.
I just talk sometimes, and I wonder, what are you saying?
We all do that. Oh, my God. I'm a blithering idiot.
It's the worst when you say I'm a blithering idiot. You say blithering.
Blithering, I know. I stopped myself, though. I knew I had a second shot at it. I'm gonna. People think I'm an expert on this topic. I don't know crap. Just make it up as you go along, and hopefully they'll just nod their heads out there.
Sounded good right up until that point.
Right.
Now I'm babbling.
All right, here's some more Jim Norton on Letterman.
Our next guest is a very funny gentleman, and as a matter of fact, on November 10th, he will be headlining at the Hammerstein Ballroom as part of the New York Comedy Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Jim Norton. Jim?
I'm clapping.
How cool is that? Black Sabbath music.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. How are you? Good. I'm really feeling good. I'm embarking on a new relationship, which is kind of nice. But you ever do something to bond with somebody, and it feels right, but when you look back on it, you kind of feel like a creep? Like you're in the car and a song comes on, so you turn the volume way up and you go, listen to the words. Like she's going to hear the song lyrics and kind of identify them with you and learn something. Like, hey, I never knew you had the eye of the tiger.
Hey, was that Paul Schaefer going, ah?
There was
Paul Schaefer was enjoying your set.
There was one thing I think I heard him laughing at, like, specifically, and I think it was, I want to say something to do with the racial material. I don't remember. And by the way, right after this, I made a quick edit, and I'm so, how we obsess over the imperfections, and I tripped on the setup for the GPS joke, and it was, here's why. Because I had made a quick edit in my head on the fly, and I was just like, you're running through, like, is that going to affect anything later? Yeah, but you really think, like, did I tie that in with anything? You have to, you're like, your head's just doing that. So that's why I was preoccupied in the setup of this next joke, which is why I can, maybe people didn't notice, but I certainly did.
Now we all will.
That's right, you should. It was a flub. Nothing horrible.
More from Jim Norton on Letterman.
It's interesting as a white comedian, sometimes when you say the word race, how there was always a few white people.
Huh?
Oh, did they get through the GPS line?
I don't know. We were just getting some highlights for you, Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
We're going to play the whole set over at XM.
Okay.
And then the CBS people will call us and say, stop. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Please don't do that. But we'll do it. So we'll do the whole set on XM today.
It's interesting as a white comedian, sometimes when you say the word race, how there was always a few white people in the audience that are like, oh, we're not with him, not sure where he's going with this. Yet if a black comedian mentions race, the same white people are like, oh, hon, this is going to be a doozy. Wonder what we did now. We are guilty of that. White people have a very odd guilt complex. We really do, man. We really feel bad all the time, and we don't have to. Most of us don't have to. All right, look, if you're over 65 and you live in Alabama, okay. Chances are you owe a few apologies.
By the way, my friend,
applause break.
That is a great line. That is a great line.
A ballsy joke, too, for a talk show.
Yeah, I don't say it's ballsy, but I mean,
it's pretty ballsy, dude. You could have gone with like all pretty safe stuff.
Yeah, there was some edgy.
You get some you get racial material. If you're a white guy and you do racial material like that, especially when it's black-white, that's a ballsy move. I give you credit, my friend.
And he wasn't getting.
And he pulled it off.
He wasn't getting the from the audience. He was getting big laughs.
Yeah.
They were nice.
Jimmy's uncomfortable.
Do that at the Apollo.
Why are you uncomfortable?
I'm annoyed that the CBS lawyers would have a problem with playing that. I'm
Oh no, I just kind of threw that out there.
I think it would be I think it would be really funny if we went over to satellite, to XM, and played it and received a cease and desist from our own company.
I just kind of threw it out there, Jimmy. I don't know for sure.
I think that would be really hysterical.
I'm all about creating controversy. I didn't mean to bum you out. I really don't know.
When you read the newspapers, controversial shock jock, Opie and Anthony, he's the Opie part. It's controversial.
I really don't know for sure, Jim. All right, here's another highlight from last night's Letterman appearance.
Another line of thinking I never understood is homophobia. I don't understand people who don't like gay people. And I'm not gay. I'm not. I don't think it's fair to judge a person by a few dozen incidents. I mean, it's late. I'm in a rest area. Someone goes, "Psst, what am I going to be, rude?"
I'm amazed. I got to tell you. I'm amazed
Jim.
Letterman, approved this entire set. Because it's so edgy.
Well, none of it was FCC violation. None of it was even, it was all innuendo. I mean, none of it was FCC, psst, I mean, I'm sorry, rest area, psst, none of it.
Yeah. The idea behind it is so dirty.
Yeah.
But the way it's presented is squeaky clean.
And this is honestly, God, the material is not that edgy at all. It's literally, it's just that most comics on
I think it's
TV
edgy.
are so milquetoast that anything that's that's not milquetoast appears edgy.
That's what I'm trying to get at. As far as Letterman and comics go, this is very edgy.
Yeah, for TV, I guess, but
for Letterman, especially. And finally, one more here before we take a break. Colin Quinn's here. He's going to join the program in a few minutes. And we got your Borat song.
I have a gay friend helping me decorate my apartment, which I know is stereotypical, but look, I talked to my straight friends. They're just worthless. And we had an odd moment. We were in a furniture store, and my friend sees a very good-looking blonde-haired guy, and he tells me the guy's name, and he goes, we used to work out at the same gym. I had him in the shower. And I really wished he wasn't comfortable enough with me to blurt that out. Yet I still found myself going, what happened? Thank you guys very much.
Jim Norton, ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't think Letterman liked me, to be honest with you.
Why?
Just a vibe.
Really?
Yeah, man.
How can you tell that?
I don't know. You just know.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You felt that?
Mm-hmm.
When he walked over?
You just feel it. He was polite. He wasn't. You just, it's like walking into a room and you get that weird danger sense. You little weird
I
things.
would think he probably could give two craps about you.
No, but in the sense, I guess I think that's
how I felt. It's like, okay, he's been through this 1,000, more than 1,000, however many times he's brought guests out and up. I don't even think he can make a decision unless they've done the show 10 times.
Yeah.
It's just another guy. All right, whatever you want. And maybe you're right. Maybe it's like
he forgets about you as soon as you leave.
Like in a split second in his head, he's like, this guy's all right, or this guy's not quite all right. But I don't think there's this real big swing with him with, wow, I really like this guy, or, oh, I don't like this guy. I think he's just like, all right, what time is it? Time to go into the catacombs. I'm out. And how could anyone not love you, Jimmy?
Just a vibe.
Did you smile at him?
I said hi when I walked out, yeah.
No, a smile? Because if you smiled at him, there's no way he could resist, because you were voted boy with, what were you voted?
Well, what year are you talking about? What year was boy most likely to brighten your day with a smile?
Yes.
And boy with the sweetest smile in the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood.
After that Wilkins boy had his accident.
All right, we're going to break.
Police said they found an accelerant in the room.
They did.
Still looking at that one.
First, let me just say, Jim Norton, brilliant, and really what you guys said, doing that kind of material, it's not easy, and it was really great to see somebody.
You said it was a man set.
It was a man set, and I didn't vouch for the outfit.
What was wrong with the outfit?
The fact that it was an outfit. that he was so proud. You could just see him getting out of the cab or the car, trying not to wrinkle himself, all dressed up with Mommy.
Oh, you'd be disgusted. I actually brought it in a separate over-the-shoulder bag. Had them steam it.
It was a back-to-school outfit.
Could you steam this, please?
But it was a great set.
Thank you.
Oh.
But, yeah, that was some Halloween party. I think.
Well, what'd you say about Letterman, though, too?
Oh, I was saying that Letterman definitely, Anthony nailed it. He could care less about anybody. I was in there once a couple of years ago, and for some reason I made him laugh. I said something sarcastic on the air. Afterwards, the producers go, Letterman really liked you. He liked you. And I go, great. Well, I live 2 blocks away from the show, so if you ever have a fallout, call. Oh, you really? You could do... Hey, guys, sure. So I was just picturing myself being like the new Tony Randall, getting all these free $600 paychecks and nailing...
Never just getting the phone call.
That was 3 years ago. They've never called me once.
And you live right there.
Not once.
Not once.
The school says you've been there.
Yeah, in case someone cancels, they can call Colin Quinn.
That's
He would be there like that.
Yeah, I got
like
a little
that.
material. I had it all planned out in my head. Never call once. So.
Oh.
Now Jim's like, what does it have to do with me?
No, I know exactly what it has to do with me. No matter how good you think you do, he just forgets you before he's up those steps.
Yeah, either way, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's just another show under his belt.
But someone in his position, what is it going to take for him to remember you? Because he's seen it all.
Like to do 10 appearances, to be that person that keeps coming back on the show time and time again. Then he'll know who you are.
And even then, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
He's even on the breaks, he just sits there and looks out numbly at the audience.
In the scheme of things, it doesn't matter. He's Dave. He's done this for years. He's got his way of doing it, and that's it.
Well, you're
going to fault the man? You're going to fault the man? Don't screw up our December appearance.
I am going to fault him.
You're going to fault him? He's a genius. He's been on the air doing this for how many years? Come on. Yeah. Longer than all of them put together. Parr, Carson, right?
No, I don't know about that.
Of course not, but I'll say that.
What's he, 20 years now? Over 20 years?
Who cares? What do you think? I follow his damn career? Let's move on.
I don't know. You might know.